Hi guys, and welcome to today's task. For today's task, I have a few mundane tasks that are necessary in your RV. First task we're doing is a routine task that you've seen me do before, but I'm going to do it one more time to show you exactly how and why it's necessary to do it. We're going to change the filters in the RV air conditioning intakes that are in the ceiling. It requires a little bit of this filter system, but it's a simple task. RVs are known for being so robust and never breaking or having any problems, and so changing this seems out of the norm. That's ridiculous. I can't even say that properly. RVs are built with cheap, lightweight materials, and they're gonna break routinely. So our RV shower head broke and I need to replace it. I actually bought a residential version because you don't need to spend the extra money on a RV specific shower wand because they all work the same, and at the end of the day, it's probably going to break down the road again. If you're wondering to yourself, is it worth it? This is a new one, this is a dirty one. Now, given this one has been to the dustiest place on earth, Caneville, Utah, and the trailer has to be cleaned and dusted for months afterwards because it's so bad. So this is a little bit worse than normal wear, but this is what a clean one looks like, and this is what you want it to look like. If you are starting to see dirt on your filter, it's a good time to change it. Changing these as often as possible is going to be the best for two reasons. Reason one is you're not breathing in all of the extra dirty particles that are going to kind of somewhat get through here. This is stopping a lot, but there's still a lot of junk that's got to pass through there. The second reason is because your machine is going to have to work twice as hard to pull through this than through this. So it's sucking the air in and pushing it back out, and that works more efficient when the filters are clean. So I would recommend changing your filters often. Depending on what type of air conditioner unit you have, you may have multiple small inlet vents, like this one does. Typically the new Whisper Quiet systems have smaller inlet vents all around the RV, or if you have just isolated units, it can just be one big piece that sits in the middle of your air conditioner. Either way, they're going to be replaced the same way. These don't require any special tool to actually pull these out, but I do use my knife to kind of get in and just push it out of those little grooves that they have in there. But a screwdriver will work, a butter knife will work, whatever you got. You can probably do it with your bare hands, but the knife or just something to slide in there makes it a little easier. With all of our old filters taken out, and since I have all of the grates off, I'm going to take a moment to wash them because all that air travels through them. They get really dusty. They even will pull the grease if you've been cooking in the RV or outside of the RV. It all kind of pulls in, and these can feel a little dirty and greasy. So we're going to wash them real good before we put our new filters back. Now it's time to put our filters back. Maybe you've got small pieces of this left over and you don't have enough. You can use small pieces because these filters actually have a little teeth on them that allow it to hold the filter in place, and it won't go anywhere, which is great. So if you've got some leftover pieces or whatever, you want to just make one or salvage as much as possible to just save some money, use those extra pieces. It'll work. Filter number 1. Number 2. Filter number 3. Filter number 4. My next task is going to be to change this shower head. Now it looks like it's all in place right now, but it's holding on by a thread. Right here at the very back, it's broken. The seal leaks a little bit, And so it is a disaster to work with. And if you're holding it, these edges are a bit sharp right now. So I am going to just get rid of this. But I do like this hose that came with it. One, because it is very movable and it lays well. The new shower head came with a hose, but it's this style of hose, and I know it's not going to be very malleable. It's going to want to just kind of stay in these kinked positions. It won't lay like this one, so I'm not going to use this hose. I'm actually just going to keep this one and swap the head. So it's a real easy project. First step is to undo this part right here. Now you can really see where this head is broken and it's fallen a few times. It's not going to make it very much farther. When I did find it the other day, it was actually in two pieces and I was able to jam it back together temporarily. Since most plumbing fixtures are standard sizes, you do need to make sure that this rubber washer is there. That's what seals all hoses. If you have a leaky hose at home, it's because that washer's gone bad or it's not there. Now some people really might care about that two-tone business, but I don't. I need it to just function and I need it to work well. That looks great. One thing I do recommend when you buy a shower head is buy one with an adjustable spray nozzle. Not because you're going to get this great spa-like feel from it, but I do like the rain feel for washing my body, but I like the kind of hard hitting to wash your hair or to scrub a little bit better with, because RV water pressure is always going to be really low water pressure, and so that kind of jet stream helps scrub a little better. So I recommend one that can change to both. One of the last things I want to show you how to clean along with your RV vents is these vents that are in your bathroom and usually in your kitchen as well. These vents are a lot like our air conditioning vents. Is the dirtier they are, the harder they are working and the less efficient they are working. So we want to clean all of that off. A lot of these loose fibers or dust fibers that you're seeing are typically from toilet paper. Toilet paper is so dusty and dirty, and so this fan has to be cleaned almost weekly. I bet once a week I clean this guy off. Let me show you how we do it. My tool of choice is going to be a lint roller because this is lint, and I feel like it gets a lot of that top layer stuff off. You can totally see how much lint is on that and how much was on our fan, and stopping it from being as efficient as possible. Now I'll take water to this and we'll scrub it. Now with my screens freshly lint rolled, which I do that because it gets rid of all the fibers that you have a hard time getting to scrub out. Now I'm ready to actually scrub them, and I am using a degreasing soap because all that grease that's in the air in your trailer from when you're cooking or even from outside coming in, it settles on this screen and it makes the lint stick to it even better. So if I just lint roll it and clean it off and put it back, it's gonna put dust and adhere to it really quickly. So I'm going to put a degreaser on it so that it's not sticky again. Definitely have to make sure that you rinse it thoroughly, because if you have leftover soap residue on your screen, that will attract the dust and hold to it just as bad as grease will. It'll be for no use. So make sure it's rinsed. Since I've got the screen off and everything's kind of exposed and it's drying, I'm going to take this time to clean the rest of this off. Everything gets so dirty and dusty, and it's just so sticky of kind of a dust. You start to notice that your fan is running and getting a little more noisy than usual. I would take a minute and clean it off, because sometimes the weight from the dust can change the balance of the fan, and now it can vibrate or it can bump the sides and whatnot. So definitely take the time to clean off your fan since you've got the screen open. Now that everything's clean, we're ready to put our vent cover right back on. So we'll open all of our little clips. That is a nice clean vent. And it's running well. Here we go.